Hello, my friend. Welcome to live chat. It's going to be a good day. It's going to be a good chat. I'm excited for this one. I'm having a very bad hair day, so that's why my hair is in a ponytail because, sometimes that happens. I actually put on this like head wrap thing that's been sitting in a drawer forever, but I thought it looked weird. I'm just not used to wearing hair stuff like this. So I took it off. I wasn't confident enough. So we're just doing the ponytail today. But we're not here to talk about my ponytail. We're here to talk about brand collabs. Brand collabs are still very popular in the beauty space. Most recently, this was kind of the inspiration for this video and for this chat topic was I just got this in the mail. This is the Angelica Newqvist Oden's Eye collab. And this is a very inspiring collab in like how cool this collab is. And I was like, I'll just talk about kind of my experiences with collabs and then just kind of highlight Angie's palette because it's very pretty too. But that was kind of the inspiration. I thought I'd just kind of talk about what it's like to work behind the scenes with brands and kind of what the process has been with the 3 brands that I've worked with. One was not beauty related and then 2 were beauty related. Because I know, like I try to think about things that I've experienced in the beauty space that maybe other people haven't experienced so that I can share that and kind of put that information out there since it's not talked about a whole lot. But before we get into that topic, let's quickly say hello to the people that are here live in the collective brain of makeup awesomeness, the people that are here in live chat. It is currently 10 a.m. Eastern time. That's when we typically do live chats. Next week will also be at 10 a.m. Eastern time. So let's say good morning to Sherry. Good morning to you. Good morning, Jen, John, Mods, and Collective Brain from Port Hope Simpson, Labrador, Canada. Wow. Stay warm. Stay warm. It's snowing here, but I'm sure it is way colder where you are. Good morning to you. Good morning, Yasu Cherry. Good morning, Catherine. Good morning, Teresa, and the rest of the moderators. Hello, Collective Brain. Hope everyone is doing well. It is -11 here in the frigid state of North Dakota. Oh, is Daniel here? Hi, Daniel. Daniel has been in my life for how many years, Daniel? Daniel and I used to be part of a different community together. What was that? When did we meet? Like 1999, maybe? 2000? Might have been 2000 when I met Daniel. I don't see him. I'll click on... Okay, I'll click on your name if I find you, but I'm still at the very top. But hi, Daniel. Daniel's been here a couple of times, a couple of chats, and John's like, say hi to Daniel. I always miss him. I always miss you. So I'm happy that you're here. Daniel's not part of the makeup community. He just loves me. But Teresa, stay warm. Thank you for the rest of the moderators for being here. Good morning, Gigi. Good to see you. Good morning, Kimberly. Cold and gloomy here in Oriental, North Carolina, but ready for live chat. Nice. And Leslie from Thriving Beyond, good morning to you. And then Gigi's cold Minnesota. It's chilly. It's chilly out there. If I did not say good morning to you, good morning to you. Thank you so much for being here. There you are. Hello, my friend. Oh my gosh, look at your profile picture. That's awesome. Well done. Well done, sir. Well done. All right. So let's talk about brand collabs. So my first collab, I think people were expecting it to be a makeup company. I think it was, 2017 I did this collab with Candles by Victoria. And this was the only collab that I actually reached out to the brand. I was away for the summer and my kids were playing on the playground. I don't even remember where we were. I think it was in Colorado somewhere. My kids were playing on the playground and I was bored and I was scrolling through Instagram and I found Candles by Victoria. And I was like, these are the most beautiful candles I've ever seen in my entire life. So I went home and I ordered some and I got them and they were incredible. I had never experienced a candle with that much scent before, where when you get the box, you can smell it through the box and you open it and it's like this big waft. And it's like, holy crap, what is even happening here? So I was just really impressed. So I contacted them. I said, hey, this is kind of my deal. I do beauty videos, but I would love to do a collab with you because I'm looking for a way to help out my old school that I used to teach at. And they were really excited about it. The school I taught at was called Baltimore Highlands Elementary School, and they're a Title I school, which means that they're primarily low-income students, and they can always use extra funds for different things. And yeah, so we did this collab together. So they designed, the way that it worked was, I told them that I wanted to do, and I told Victoria I wanted to do an apple candle and I wanted it to be for teachers. And this is what she designed. It's a little dusty because it's been sitting out on display for a while. So if you buy this, because these are still available on their website, I'm not affiliated with Candles by Victoria anymore, though. Like any of my old links, they don't work anymore. That cut off December of 2021 was when that ended. But you can still get these if you'd like. It's just the money doesn't go to the school anymore. So she designed this and I liked it, but I kind of had in my head, I was like, it'd be really cool to do a bakery candle. Where I love her bakery sense, and I should have kind of expressed that vision in the beginning, which I didn't, and that was on me. But then she created this one, and we decided to do both, which I thought was great because makes a great teacher gift, and then this one could be for a teacher or for anybody. So this one is called Dutch Apple Pie, and this one is called Teacher's Pet. And it was great. It was a wonderful experience working with her, but she did all of the designing. She did all of everything. She did the scent. I wasn't really involved in it. I just kind of put out the idea. She made them, and then I announced them. So it wasn't as collaborative as the next collab that we're going to be talking about. But it was a wonderful experience. Victoria is amazing. It's a small family-run business in Texas, and they're just lovely people. It's like her and her husband and her daughter's husband, and they have this big operation and everything. So if you're looking for candles, I definitely recommend these. The only thing about these, though, is I do want to warn you, if you do end up deciding to get from there, is that because it's over top of the candle, when it's not melted, when you first burn it, the top is going to overflow a bit. So you want to put it on a heat safe plate so the wax can drip off onto the plate. You also want to make sure if they have any of these decorations that they're away from a flame, because you don't want that to catch on fire. But they really are fantastic, and it was a wonderful experience working with them. And it really was very hands off, that one, for me. I didn't do a ton other than give her the ideas, and then she made them.
Do you remember how much the candles are, the big ones?
Let me look and see how much they are. I'll look real quick. You can, if you want to. I had it up. I have it right here. $24.50, which I think is very reasonable considering they're handcrafted and how big they are. Yeah, $24.50. That's the Dutch apple pie. I think the other one's the same. But yeah, I wanted to click on this one. Thank you so much to Take a Shot Girl 99 for becoming a member of the Collective Brain Elite. I appreciate you so much. Woot woot. Okay, you scroll down a bit. Cowbell. I know we need like some kind of at bars when they get a good tip, they ring a bell. We need to have something like that. Let me scroll down and see. Leslie says, you introduced me to Candles by Victoria. I have 3 of them. I love them so much. I've also sent them as gifts to my parents. Yeah, they make great gifts too. Just because they're very impressive looking. They're unexpectedly impressive looking when you first get them. I mean, like I was saying, this is covered in dust. That's why it's not white anymore, because it's just been sitting out for so long, because I don't want to burn it. Most of them are burned at this point. The ones that I had before, they're almost all gone. But these I won't burn. These I'll save. Ofra says those candles are cute. Thank you. Yeah, she does a wonderful job over there. She did collab with Kendall Ray as well. I'm not sure if candles are still over there or not. Oh yeah, here we go. Tanya said the same thing. They end up working with Kendall Ray too. Yes, they did. So yeah, I know the price. I feel like it's very reasonable for what you get, compared to what you get, mass produced. Feel like they're great. All right, so let's talk about my second collab. So my second collab was with Ofra Cosmetics, and this one I was extremely involved in. I worked with the team over there, and we did my my lip set. So what this was the Metamorphosis lip set. And the concept behind this was we designed it in summer of 2019. So we didn't know the pandemic was coming. We didn't know that it wasn't summer of 2019. We the idea came up in summer of 2019, but we solidified everything. I want to say, was it November or December of 2019? It was like right before. So we didn't know everybody was going to be wearing masks in like 4 months, or else maybe we would have come up with something else. But this was probably the worst time to come out with a lip product. It was beginning of 2020. It was like the worst time. But the idea behind this was that they're transforming lipsticks. So you can put on any lipstick that you have and it'll change it to being a little more natural and maybe wearable. Like if you have a really bright pink lipstick that you have, maybe you got it in a subscription box, maybe you bought it and you couldn't try it on and you didn't like it, and it was just going to go to waste. This would help you to make it wearable. So we purposely put a deeper shade, a medium shade, and a lighter shade so that it would work for all skin tones. And you could change it to being anything you wanted. And we spent so much time going back and forth with colors. The hardest one was the middle one. That was the hardest one to do. I just couldn't get it right. And it was really difficult, but we got it. And I'm still so proud of the colors that we designed together. The team over there was so amazing to work with, and they were very patient with me going back and forth. Originally, what they asked for is they said, what colors do you have in mind that already exist, so we have a starting point to go from. We weren't like going to copy anybody, but we wanted to know like a starting point. So the starting point for the darkest one was Chocolate Wasted by Dose of Colors, and we changed it just a little bit. We tweaked it just a little bit, but that was the starting point for that. And the starting point for this one was actually the Candy Johnson liquid lipstick that came out from Too Faced was the starting point for this one. But this one we had trouble with too, because it wasn't changing the lipsticks the way that I wanted it to. So we added a white base to it that really made it color transforming. And it was great also for like ombre lips and stuff. And I was just over the moon excited about this because I felt like it was something that I wanted to exist, and I made it exist. And it was fabulous. They did all of the branding and everything behind it. So they did like the card here. They designed all of this. Their design team designed it. And then inside they did all of the things that just explained how it worked. But I wrote the little thing here. That was my thing that I wrote. Let's see. And then, yeah, so it just has like all the information. So this came in the PR kit. The other thing, this was their idea too. This was Shayna's idea over at Ofra. Just lovely, lovely person. So these came in all the PR kits because it was the Metamorphosis lip set. And you could go like this. Everybody got a different color. So there were rainbow ones, there were blue ones, there were purple ones, there were green ones, obviously. And then you went like this. But it wasn't wound up in the box. We talked about we didn't want to scare people when they open the box, because technically you can wind it up and then put it in the box and then it bursts out. But we didn't want to freak people out. So we give anybody a heart attack. So we just like put it in there and then people could play with it. So mine's beat up because I think my children play with it quite a bit. But this was really fun. It was such a great idea. That team was so wonderful to work with. That's the end of that. But yeah, that was an experience. That was great. And Ofra actually did reach out to me. I didn't reach out to them. The only ones I reached out was Candles by Victoria. But they reached out to me and said they wanted to do actually, you know what? Let me tell you that story better. So I was at an Ipsy event, and I was talking to Corrine, who was head of social media at that point. And she asked me, she was like, hey, do you want to do a collab? And I was like, hey, yeah, I do. This was 2019 as well. I think it was earlier in or was it 2018? I can't remember. It might have been 2018. I can't remember. But anyway, we had seen each other at an event, and we'd seen each other over the years. Like she introduced me to Nikki Tutorials when Nikki had a collab with them. Nikki was about to do her her giant meet and greet with a big, huge, long line of people. So before Nikki went out, she introduced me to Nikki. Who else did I meet through Ofra, through doing collabs? I can't remember who the other. I can picture her face, but I can't remember her name. Madison Miller. I met Madison Miller through them as well. Both lovely people. But yeah, so we kind of had this we talked about maybe doing something, and then we went back and forth. We did a lot of video chatting about different things, and it was a wonderful experience developing that with their team. Let me go ahead and scroll down and see if you all have any questions about that. Yeah, that butterfly is such a different and cute aspect. I've never seen that before. The lipsticks ever coming back? No, unfortunately, they're not coming back. But if you want to do something similar, you can, with the dark one, you can get Dose of Colors Chocolate Wasted. It is similar. But yeah, that's the only thing that's not available out of my collabs. Yeah, Tony says, I can't believe how long it's been since that collab came out. I know, right? Oh, I have a story to tell you. I have a Samantha March story to tell you. So Samantha and I have been acquaintances for a long time. Now I would consider her a friend. So Samantha and I both had an Ofra collab in the works at the same time, but you're not supposed to tell anybody. So we didn't tell each other that we had a collab in the works, that we both had a collab in the works. And it was funny because where were we? Oh, Ofra had flown us both down for a launch of a different palette of theirs. I think that was November 2019, maybe, had flown us both down to Florida, and we decided we were going to stay together in the same hotel room. And we met up, and we had drinks, and we had appetizers at the hotel bar, and then we went back up to the room and we chatted or whatever. And then the next day we got ready and we went to the party, and I forget whether it was Shayna or Kareen, and they were they were like, basically like, have you talked to each other about each other's collabs? And we both looked at each other and we're like, you have a collab? Wait, you have a collab? Wait, we both have collabs? Like, because we didn't we were trying to keep it a secret. And we didn't know who we were allowed to tell, so we didn't tell each other. And then we both found out together at the same time. So after the party that they had, which was lovely, it was like open and you could see the beach. And Samantha went out and did yoga, which I didn't do. I'm not a yoga person. They had like a yoga on the beach thing. That was where I met Kathleen Lights. She was absolutely lovely. And it was wonderful. And then after that, we actually went to the Ofra lab because they make all their stuff in house. And I got to see all of Samantha's stuff from her first collab. She was swatching it for the first time, and she got a little teary because Samantha. She got a little teary, and we were excited about it and talking about it. And she was asking for different things to be tweaked and stuff from being there. Mine was just in the beginning stages of we were still working on some of the colors at that point. So I didn't have any samples yet to test, but Samantha did. And I can't remember if hers came out. I think hers came out before mine. I'm pretty sure. Yeah, I think hers came out spring, and then mine came out summer. But yeah, so that was a thing. Oh, thank you so much for becoming a member. I'm gonna say, how am I gonna do? Say? I'm going to say say, but I think that's wrong. There's another person that pronounces their name say, S-A-I. I don't want to say, hopefully I did okay. Hopefully I did okay. The other thing about this that I wanted to mention is they were so nice about me sending PR out. I had a list of, I think, like 100 people I sent this to. It was like every person I had ever met in the beauty space. I sent it when I had a full What's Been Makeup team. I made sure everybody on my team got one. It was like I had like 13 people on the team at that point, and they were so nice to send it out to people on my team. Like, these are not people that had, like, some of them had some social media, but most of them didn't. So they were really nice, like, at letting me pretty much send it to anybody that I wanted. And it was, they were really, really good about that. I thought that was really sweet of them, knowing that they weren't going to post, knowing that the people on my team most likely weren't going to post, they still let me send them to them, which I thought was really nice of them. They didn't have to do that. Oh, thank you so much. Sorry. Got it. Thank you so much. I appreciate you because I want to say it correctly. My mom's name is Rana. I think I've told this story before, and people have called her Rona her whole life, and she hates it so much. So that's been like drilled into me since I was a child to try really hard to pronounce people's names correctly. And this shirt is always off center, and it drives me bonkers. So that was my Ofra collab, and it was a wonderful experience working with their team. And then my last collab that I did, which was in the middle of the pandemic, was with Sigma. And this one, this one is it was definitely different. So they did reach out to me. I've been in contact with the CEO of Sigma for years. I remember going to an IPSY event because I used to go to those all the time. I went to so many of them, and going up to the Sigma booth and like talking to the people there. And they were like, oh my gosh, like they knew who I was. And I was like freaking out. I was like so excited that people at Sigma knew who I was. It was like one of the first brands that recognized me. And like the people at the booth like knew who I was. And it was like, oh, that's so cool. People at Sigma know who I am. And not too long after that, I think I had done a review of some of the stuff, and they like had a makeup brush stand for drying brushes, and I had a really hard time with it. And I'm not sure if that's when Simone contacted me and was like, "Hey, we're working on it, But Simone is amazing. She's wonderful. The CEO of Sigma, just a lovely, lovely human, and everybody I've ever met that worked for Sigma has just been fabulous. But yeah, so they contacted me and asked me if I wanted to do a collection. And they do a lot of collections with a lot of people. Jamie French, Robert Welsh, who else? Taylor Wynn. Taylor just did her own set of like unique Taylor brushes, which I think is so cool. Who else have they done? Lots of people, so many people. So when they reached out to me, I thought that was really cool. And I was very honored that they wanted to work with me because I don't see myself as a makeup artist. I'm very much an enthusiast. I've never had an eye for art. I've always been like a paint by number girl, like I've never been able to do like art stuff. Creative. I'm good at creativity, but I need parameters. Like, so I think I've gotten better at makeup over the years, but I would not consider myself a makeup artist. It's not like I'm at like Jamie and Robert level, you know what I mean? So I was very honored they wanted to work with me. So let me tell you the story behind this picture. Okay. Let me tell you how much I do not like this picture. I am not a fan of this. This is what happened. This is the story behind it. So I got ready for doing the picture. They wanted a picture on a blank background, and that's an issue for me because all of my backgrounds with good lighting that I have are all in front of like stuff. So like getting the lighting right so that I looked okay and all of that. I was just, those days when you're just having a bad face day. Like, have you ever had those days where you look at your face and just like, I just don't like my face today? Like, it wasn't my makeup. I thought my makeup looked pretty good, but it's just my face, like something with my face. And I just wasn't feeling confident. I wasn't feeling good. I had asked John to take the pictures for me. So we set up lighting, and every picture he took, I hated. And I was losing my patience, like I was getting frustrated because it was so important to get a good picture. And we just couldn't get a good picture. And I didn't want to I knew I was getting upset, and I knew I was starting to frustrate John. So I was like, you know what? Let's just pick out of the ones that we have. And that's how this picture came about. So, and we needed to submit it because I pushed it off and pushed it off and pushed it off because I was so nervous about getting a good picture that I waited until the last minute. What would have been smart in hindsight would have been to shoot photos early. And if they didn't come out good, then I would have had time to reshoot them. But I procrastinated on it because I was so nervous about it. And that's how we got this. It's not a terrible picture, but it is probably one of my least favorite pictures of me that is a public photo. And that's how that came about. And it's, mid-pandemic. So there's like no way for them to take photos for me. Like it wasn't like there wasn't a way for them to do professional pictures. And I am not an Instagram person. I've never liked taking selfies, at least since I was a teenager. Like when you had to like have film in the camera, and like, I do have pictures that I took like selfies when I was a teenager, but you only got like, what was it, 24 shots on a roll. So you had to like be real careful. But but yeah, I've never been a big selfie person anyway. I'm not good at Instagram. I'm not good at editing photos. So this has like been like the only thing negative about this collab, I feel like, was this picture, but it was my own fault. It's just not my favorite. But I really loved working with Sigma on it. They were very like, they're like, just pick whatever you want to put in it. Like whatever. You can put makeup in it. You can put brushes in it. You do whatever you want. They let me do whatever I wanted, as long as it was an existing product from Sigma's line. I didn't have the option of creating a brand new product. Which was fine with me. I wasn't expecting to. So yeah. So that was my Sigma collab, and it was a very good experience. Simone was great, and then she passed me off to somebody on her team, and she was great, and it was great. So, oh, thank you, the makeup nurse. It was a nice picture. Thank you. I appreciate that. And I think we are our own biggest critics. And you look at your face and you see all of the things that other people might not see. So yeah. Yeah, as I says, I would have, let me make sure I got that right. Did I say that right? Did I say it right? Hopefully I did. Oh my gosh, I have to go back. My short-term memory is terrible. I would have assumed that they sent a professional photographer to take your photo. No. No. No, that was John. That was John and me being impatient. If I had given him more time, it would have been better. But I didn't. I waited till the last minute. And that was my fault. It was so stressful. It was bad. It was my fault. When something's my fault, I try very hard to take full responsibility. Yes, Gigi Fritzy did. Yeah, Glitzy Fritzy. Gigi Fritzy. Glitzy Fritzy. I can't read today. It's been a long week. I did one as well. Yes, she did. I love her. She's such a lovely human. I've never met her in person, but I've talked to her online some. She's lovely. So yeah. Gigi says, oh, it says nice Gigi now. That's cool. You're the ingredient geek. Yes, I am an ingredient geek. Very much so. Very much so. I've never gotten to do like an ingredient thing. Actually, Ofra and I were talking about maybe doing a skincare product together, but then we didn't end up, it was not good the way that things were going with the skincare thing. I was way too picky. It was not going to happen. It was not going to happen. Cosmetic chemist over there probably hated me. We were not on the same page. So that's not going to happen. But one day I would love to do a skincare collab. That would be wonderful one day, but they have to be able to deal with me when it comes to skincare ingredients, because I'm not compromising, period. I have a different mug today because actually we just got back from my son's volleyball game. We had volleyball game at 8 and then got back here a little after 9. So that's why I've got travel mug today. All right. So we're at 28 minutes, 10:28. So let's take a little bit of a break and talk about what's on my face today. And then we can keep talking about brand collabs. We can talk about something else. I'm dropping things. It's totally up to you all, people that are here live. Yeah, so on my face today, I used on my eyes just one shade from this. Let me just tell you how beautiful this palette is. It is so beautiful. So if you have not seen this, this is the Angie Nucleus collab with Oden's Eye. And the thing, when you get this and you don't know, like I knew she was doing a collab. I don't think I knew it was with Oden's Eye. But like when I hadn't seen any photos of this or anything when I got it in the mail. And like when I did that, and the color appeared, it was like, oh, like I lost my breath. It's so beautiful. And these are the shades inside. On my eye stay, I just use this shade right here. That's it, just that one. This is called double-sided. And you can kind of see, hopefully you can see on my eyes the like shift on it. It's really, really pretty. Let me swatch it. See if you can see like the shift. It is so pretty. It's gorgeous. But I've been playing with this. I love Oden's Eyes formula. If you've never tried it, definitely recommend checking it out. And congratulations to Angie. She did a wonderful job with this. It's beautiful. And then on my cheeks today, I used the Sigma Cinderella palette. This was sent in PR. That was PR. And the next thing is purchased. My lips are purchased. So Ever After is the blush. And then the highlighter is called A Glow. And this is a beautiful, beautiful palette. if you're into those shades. Let me just swatch. So the first shade is going to be, actually, I'll show you. So this one, that's the Angie shade, and that's the highlighter from Sigma, and that's the blush from Sigma. Sigma's face products are so underrated. Like, nobody talks about them, and I don't know why. They're so good. They're really, really good. And then on my lips today, this was purchased. This is a Lisa Eldridge lipstick, and this is in the shade Velvet Fawn. And I actually bought this because of Michelle Wong. Michelle and I were in Texas together, and she was going to order them when they first launched. So I ended up ordering them too. Michelle is not a good influence on me when it comes to luxury beauty purchases. She gets me to buy all of the stuff. But I love these lipsticks. They're really nice. They're creamy, but they also have a little bit of a dry down. So they're like on that edge of long wearing, but also comfortable. They're not super hydrating. They've got like they're comfortable, but they're not like a mushy formula, if you know what I mean. They dry down a bit. So that's kind of nice because they have a really nice lasting power, and they're really good lipsticks. They're very expensive, but they're really good lipsticks. I'm like so thankful for all the people that I've met through the YouTube beauty space. I've met so many wonderful people, Michelle being one of them. She's incredible. Hi, Elizabeth. Elizabeth says Angie's palette is beautiful. I'm trying to restrain myself, but I love the color she chose and I love the packaging. Yeah. I mean, honestly, like, it's a good one. It's a really good one. She did a great job. Friend of mine had her hardcover book, black and white, inside the color jacket, and it was stunning. Yes. Oh, I didn't show you the scarf thing. See, I was thinking this was a headband, but Angie called it a scarf. So it's black and white on one side and then color on the other side. I've never worn scarves. Like, I guess I would do the black and white side with this outfit, but like, I guess you do like this, and then you can like kind of do that and tie it. It's really cute. But I've never worn scarves like that. And I guess I don't know. I've never been good at accessories. Kind of tie it. I think it looks cute. Nope, that doesn't look cute. Something like that. Okay, I'm taking it off. I don't know how to wear things. I don't know how to wear things. I put on like, yes. Little Cobra Kai action. Here, like this. Almost like Cobra Kai. See, we can have our own karate dojo. There we go. We could do that. And just make like, eyeshadow is our thing. Do y'all watch Cobra Kai? John and I call it Cobra Cringe because it's so cringy. But it's kind of fun to watch even though it's cringy. I think that's part of the charm of it, is that it's really cringy. Cosmic Slice. Hello. It's really pretty. Just not a color story I'd use. Love Oden's eye though. Yeah. Tony says, I'm so happy for Angie. Seeing so many people in my subscriptions uploading videos of this house makes me so happy. Yes, definitely. Definitely. Okay, I have to admit, Erica says this is not makeup related, but what do you think about who is performing in the Super Bowl halftime show today? I know you're a 90s baby and would love to know your thoughts. I have no idea who is performing at the Super Bowl halftime show. I have no idea. Like, I don't know. I don't even know who's playing. Snoop Dogg? Oh, that'll be interesting. Dr. Dre and what? That's what? Okay, I'm watching the Super Bowl halftime show. I love that. We were just listening. I was over at my sister-in-law's house last night after my pop-up shop over at Locally Crafted. I was at my sister-in-law's house, and we were listening to Snoop Dogg and Dr. Dre. She had on like an 90s playlist thing, and we were listening to that. That's so funny. Aw, D. D says, Jen, you're incredible, Jen. Remember that. Thank you, D. Mwah. I appreciate you so much. And thank you, Flory. These are people I've known in my community forever. Nice, Gigi. Any future collabs in the works for you, or is it all Mad Marshmallows now? It is all Mad Marshmallows now. I don't know if a brand reached out to me to do a collab right now. I don't know if I would do it. I honestly don't, because they do, like, it would depend. Like the Sigma one was really easy. The Candles by Victoria one was really easy, but the Ofra one was a lot, as far as having to get back to them and working on, testing things and all of that. It was a lot more involved. So I guess it would depend on like how, and like a collab like Angie's, like I don't think I could do that right now. Like this is a lot of work, like to come up with something like this, like all these shades, like that's a lot of work. So like something like that I don't think I'd be able to do right now. But yeah, I would love to do a collab again in the future, but probably not right now. What I'm working on is doing like Mad Marshmallows collabs with other companies. Like last night I was at a Locally Crafted, which is the store that sells my marshmallows. I worked another person had a pop up next to me, and she was selling hot cocoa. Was it Bombs by Ari? I think is what it's called. ARI, Bombs by Ari. I'll put it in the description. I think she only sells on Instagram. But we were talking about maybe doing a collab in like the fall or winter when people are drinking more hot cocoa, and putting my marshmallows in her hot chocolate, and then we would sell them on both platforms, and then split whatever, we'd figure out what the packaging cost, what the cost was for everybody, and then split whatever the profit was. So that's kind of where I'm going, is like collabing with other people. Like Nina from Nina's Cookie Explosion, we talked about doing like a cookie marshmallow. So like do like cookies on the outside of marshmallow, put my marshmallows in her cookies, something like that. There's like so many things to do, so many exciting things that could happen. Al TV says, I was wondering more about collabs. Are there contracts saying you can't work with other brands? What is the pay structure? Okay, so yes, there are contracts saying you can't work with other brands, and that's why a lot of times you'll see that like someone will come out with a collab with one brand and it'll live for a certain amount of time, and then it'll be gone before they collab with another brand because they can't overlap. I've seen that happen quite a few times, especially when there's two eyeshadow palettes involved. Usually there's a contract involved that you can't do another collab with another brand within an X period of time. My collabs, I don't think I've had any exclusivity. Maybe with Ofra, but not with Sigma or with Candles by Victoria. I think I might have had a window with Ofra that I'm pretty sure that I couldn't work with other brands as far as like a collab like that. As far as the pay structure, with Candles by Victoria, they offered me, what was it? Was it 15% of sales? I think it was 15% of sales. So I ended up using 5% for, putting toward my channel. And then 10% went to Baltimore Highlands, which again was at elementary school. And they were so appreciative, just wonderful. With Sigma, I got a percentage of sales, and I got, if anybody bought anything else along with the brush set, I also got a percentage of that. With Ofra, I had my discount code. So if they use my discount code, I got more than if they didn't use my discount code. But I still got a percentage even if they didn't use my discount code. So that was cool. So yeah, the Ofra one was definitely the most profitable of the three. The Ofra one I did really, really well. I like it. It was a good product. It was a really good product. I was really proud of it. It was one of those things. I mean, all of them are good. Anybody that I wouldn't put anything out there that I wasn't proud of, but I was especially proud of what that ended up being. So, oh, that's a good idea, Jules. Put it around my ponytail. That's a great idea. And then I'll feel a little more confident. And it can like hang down in the back. That's a good idea.
Jules also commented if you could, what's your dream collab?
Ooh, Jules wants to know what my dream collab would be. I don't know. I'm trying to think.
You've already done it.
Yeah.
You collab with Certified Mood.
Oh yeah. I collabed with Certified Mood, which is my husband's ASMR channel. Yep. Dream collab over. Done.
All right, that's not a good example.
Okay, so let's see. See, I like that. That's cute. Yes, look at I mean, for real though, was this genius or what? Jules, I give you all the credit. All the credit. I don't know. I'm trying to think. Sydney Grace. I would love to collab with Sydney Grace. I love their stuff. If I could put like with Sydney Grace, like somehow like do like liquid shadows with them. I love their liquid shadows. They're the ones that are in the tubes, like something with those. Like instead of an eyeshadow palette, like a collection of those. That would be amazing. I would collab with Oden's Eye. Oden's Eye makes amazing products. What you call it? I don't know. There's a lot of indie brands that I think are just crushing it. I would honestly, I can't think of a large brand that I would want to collab with. They're all indie brands. Katie says, I wondered why Christie's Pure collab was so fast and her ColourPop came out. That's what I would imagine happened, but I don't know that for a fact. But I would imagine that's what happened with Christie's collab, why the Pure collab was so fast and the ColourPop came out. Oh, speaking of that, so what?
Somebody said liquid marshmallow eyeshadow.
Liquid marshmallow eyeshadow. That'd be interesting. There you go. So I do have coming up, I think I might do like a really short dedicated video on it, but what I'm going to start doing is I have so much stuff that I want to give away. Like I literally have one of these cubes full of makeup that I want to have a good home. So in order to do that, I'm going to do like a game that you can play during my videos where there'll be like anyway, I don't want to ruin the whole thing, but there's going to be a lot more giveaways coming up soon. And I do have the reason why it reminded me of it is because I do have Chrissy's Pure collab. I have one that she sent me in PR, and then I have one that I bought. So the one that I bought is going to be part of that. Like I've got the Hindash palette. I've got so many good things that I just want to have a good home. And the thing is, people around me, like they don't appreciate how amazing the Christy Pure collab is. Like they don't know what they're getting. So I would much rather give it to somebody in the community rather than like give it away to somebody that doesn't know the epicness of what they're getting. Like if I gave someone off the street the Hindash palette, they're not going to get it. You know? Like so I'm going to have a bunch of giveaways coming up soon that are going to be it's going to be kind of a rolling thing in my Friday videos. So just make sure you subscribe, stay tuned for that because I'm excited to give some of these fantastic products a good home. Oh, Tina, I would collab with you. I love you, Tina. Tina from the Fancy Face, I would collab with you. Let's talk about it. Because you know how much I love you. I've loved Tina for years. She's amazing. I would totally collab with you. Oh my gosh, yeah. I also thought about when I'm in a commercial kitchen, I think it would be really cool to have YouTubers come up with their own marshmallows. I think that would be neat to like have them design their own flavor and then have it be limited edition. I think that would be fun. Ooh, a dream skincare collab, Paula's Choice. Don't even have to think about it. Paula's Choice. If I did a product with Paula's Choice, I would die. Like I would die. Oh my gosh, I would die. Yes, Paula's Choice. I would love that.
Are they still considered indie? They're big, aren't they?
Paula's Choice, I don't think is considered indie anymore. I don't think that Paula's is much involved. I'm pretty sure they have a parent company at this point. I can't remember what their sales was. I know we've talked about it in What's Up in Makeup that there's other companies involved in Paula's Choice at this point. But I didn't even have to think about that one. That was easy. I'm sure there's other brands too, but Paula's Choice, absolutely, because they crush it when it comes to skincare. Youth to the People, I love too. I know that they were just bought, but I love Youth to the People products. They're really good. What else do I use a lot when it comes to skincare? They're like on point with their formulas all the time. Trying to think. Renmit puts out some really good products. They're kind of hit and miss though. Derma E. I've gotten a lot of PR from Derma E, and they make some really good products. And they're very easy to get because they sell them at a lot of grocery stores and stuff. That's a great question. Hi, Penny. Penny says Mad Marshmallow notebook or hat or just the sticker so I can put it where I want. I have stickers. So if I see, I don't, okay, I'm thinking you're the same Penny that I saw yesterday because there may be more than one Penny. If you are Penny that I saw yesterday, I had a sticker and I should have given it to you. Next time I see you at the market, I will. If it's the same Penny, but I don't know if you're the same Penny because if you're a different Penny, then if you come to the market, I'll give you a sticker. Oh, yes, it is the same Penny. Yay. Thank you, Penny. I saw Penny asked why. I should show you a picture because I shouldn't. I shouldn't talk about marshmallows. Mad Marshmallows hoodies. That would be awesome. Yes, Jody says like the cookies and cream makeup, but all the scents are marshmallows. Yes, that would be incredible. I love that. The redder the better, Jen. I would love to see what shades finishes you put into an eyeshadow palette if a given brand of choice. It would be gorgeous, I'm sure. I would love that. I would love to do an eyeshadow palette. I just feel like there's so many eyeshadow palettes out there. I would love to do something different. You know, like when Ofra came to me and they were like, they told me I could do anything I wanted, like anything, like sky's the limit. Whatever you want to do, you can do. And I was trying to think of something that just didn't exist. And I feel like in the eyeshadow space, it's really hard to come up with something that doesn't exist. And I knew Ofra wasn't big on like the duochromes and stuff, at least at that point. If I was going to do an eyeshadow palette, it would have to have duochromes and multichromes in it, like have to. So yeah. But it would be fun. Yeah, Stacy says, who doesn't love Christy? She's just so real. I adore her ability to laugh at herself. Her and Mandy Lee. Yes, I don't know Mandy Lee. I'll have to check her out. But yeah, Christy is lovely. I've known Christy for years. I've known Christy. I've mentioned this before. I met Christy at when she was in the Nick's Face Awards. We ran into each other in New York. She was with what's his name? His name's on the tip of my tongue. Really, really talented special effects makeup artist. Used to do a lot, but hasn't been doing that much lately. I want to say it was like Alex something. I can't remember. But anyway, ran into her there, met her a couple times after that. And we do talk occasionally on Marco Polo. Yeah, Marco Polo. She's just a lovely human being. She is so real. That's the thing, is it's like Christy really does show you who she truly is. And I think that that's rare because I think people are realizing that when you show who you truly are, who you really are, you're opening yourself up to so much criticism of who you really are. If you put on a facade and you pretend that you are a person, if somebody criticizes it, you know that that's not really you, so it doesn't really matter. But Christy is so raw. I mean, no pun intended. She really is. I've heard the reason why she was Raw Beauty Christy is because she was vegan. I think she was a raw vegan when she started her channel. I think that's why she's called it. I could be wrong there, but I'm pretty sure that was why she was Raw Beauty Christy back then. I could be wrong though, because I did say Kelly Gooch was pregnant in the chat once, which was wrong. Very, very wrong. Okay, let me go back and tell you why I said that. So my idiot self, there were a bunch of us at this Ipsy event. So many, it was like this huge group of girls, women, and two of them were pregnant. It was Makeup Molly and the one I always forget, Katie. And I got people confused, but there were two pregnant people and I just got confused. And I said Kelly Gooch was one of the people that was pregnant, and I was so horribly embarrassed when I realized it wasn't her. That was an awful mistake. So if Christy wasn't a raw vegan when she started her channel, that's my bad. I don't know why I'm thinking that was why. That's what I have in my brain, but I could be wrong. Amy, will the giveaways be international? I don't know. I haven't decided yet because the thing is shipping is just so expensive. Like I remember when I was doing giveaways for when I like Flory can talk and Teresa too because they were on my What's Been Makeup team. I would do give them like decluttered stuff, PR stuff, and we did this whole process where I would go through so they could pick out the things they would be most likely to use, and we had this whole system so I could make sure they could get things that they really liked when I sent them boxes. And there was one person that lived in the UK, and I am not kidding you, it cost me $75 to ship her the box. Like it was, and then she had to pay customs. So I ended up paying the customs for it too. So I think it ended up being like $100 for me, maybe a little less than $100 for me to ship her stuff. So it's so expensive to ship internationally. So I don't know. I don't know if I'm going to do international. Maybe some of them will be, and some no. I need to make a choice. It needs to either be international or not. But I'll think on that. I feel like it should be. Like I feel like I'm excluding people if it's not. Maybe I will make it international because I don't want to exclude people. Like I think that's mean. It's mean to exclude people. So I probably will make it international. Like thinking about it, I would feel sad. I don't want to exclude anybody. I want everybody to be able to win. And if I have to pay $75 for shipping, I have to pay $75 for shipping. It is what it is. Okay, let me scroll all the way down. I just realized that I'm way far behind. Okay. Marissa vouches for Mandy Lee. Yes, you need to go check out Mandy Lee. She's become one of my favorites. Okay, I will. Totally will. Oh, the makeup nurse says, I could care less what people think of me. I'm going to stay who I am. They can criticize me all they want. I need some of your IDGAF. I need some of that in my life. Okay, so this is what I've kind of realized is it's not really that I care what other people think of me. It's more I don't like upsetting people. I don't like people being mad, and I don't like causing people to be mad. Like I think that's the problem is just I don't like to be the cause of someone else's annoyance or irritation or anger. Like it's more I just want that person to be good. More than like I want people to like me. Like I understand not everybody's going to like me. Like I'm good on that. It's more like I don't want to bother people. I don't want to cause any kind of negativity in someone else's life. There's so much negative in this world. There's so much that people have to deal with every single day. Like I don't want to add to people's crap. I think that's where I'm stuck. Is I care too much about other people being upset. And I want to fix it all the time. Like I want to fix other people's upset. I want to make it better. So I think that's where I'm stuck. But I think I would need therapy to get through that, which I probably could use. I think everybody could use therapy, honestly. Yeah, Makeup says, as a non-US YouTuber, I always do international shipping because it feels unfair to my international subs. Yeah, I think I'm going to go that direction too.
But then Audra said not to do it.
Oh, there you go. Audra said,
some shippers aren't shipping international.
Yes, I wouldn't make it international because some shippers aren't shipping to some countries currently. Thank you, Audra, for that info because I didn't realize that. Yeah. Maybe what I could do is make it international, and then if I come across a situation, then I can be like, I'm sorry, I can't. Like maybe just mention that in the video and kind of say, I want to make it international, but I know that some countries aren't shipping, like shippers aren't going to certain countries. So for some reason, I can't ship it to you. I can't ship it to you, And then we have the issue of shipping liquids, that's a thing that I have to be careful of. Let me tell you that this is a side note, but it drives me bonkers. John knows exactly what I'm going to say, and that's why he's laughing at me. So this lady at my post office, right? She hates me, absolutely hates me. Okay. The reason why she hates me is because every time I go in there to mail marshmallows, she's like, so what's in your package? And I'm like, why do I have to tell you what's in my package? Like I thought that was weird because usually they're like, okay, is there anything hazardous, liquid, fragile, perfume, lithium batteries, blah, blah, whatever it is. But she just straight up, like, it's like she doesn't want to give the list. So she just says, so what are you mailing today? And I said to her one day, I was like, you know what? I was like, you're the only person that's ever asked me what I'm mailing today. And she's like, well, and she got real defensive and real upset. And she's like, everyone has to ask that by law. Like, I could get fired if I don't ask that. And I was like, well, like, people usually ask, like, if it's, has any of the things that can ship, that can't ship. Like, they usually put out the list, but you always ask what's in the package. And I think that's weird because it's like, do you really want to know every time I come in, like, the details of the contents of what's in my box? Like, and she's like, no, you don't have to tell me what's in the box. She got really mad at me. Like, you don't have to tell me what's inside. I was like, well, how else do I answer that question? When you say, what are you mailing today? How else do I answer it other than telling you the detailed contents of what's in the package? So every time I've been in that post office since then, this woman is always there, always there. I go up, she sees me, and she legit goes to the back. Like, she will not wait on me anymore. There's literally 2 people that can work at a time at that post office. It's a tiny post office. If it's her turn, she will literally leave when she sees me, and I have to wait for the next person to be done. Was that a mean thing to say? To be like, you're the only but it's something I now have to deal with every time I go to the post office. Is I have to see this woman and see her leave me, and like leave every time she sees me. And I get upset because, like, I don't want her to be mad at me. Like, I thought it was an honest question. I wasn't trying to make her upset. Like, I wasn't, All right. So Ofra says she should be asking you the hazmat question, not asking you what you're mailing. Is there anything liquid, fragile, perishable, potentially hazardous? Yes, exactly. That's what I was saying. That said, I should tell her dildos. That's what John and I were saying. I could be like, well, there's lots of sex toys in there, but there's no lithium batteries, so we're good. Yeah, Nancy says same thing. Hi, Nancy. It's good to see you. Yeah, I could. I totally could. Yeah, Katie says she's probably been busted for unprofessionalism before. Maybe. I mean, I'm not trying to rat her out. I was just asking a question, like, why? Why do I have to tell you every time?
You think you were being mean to her, though?
I don't think I was being mean to her. Maybe it was my tone, because sometimes my tone can come off differently than I intend. Because I was like, you're the only person that's ever asked me that. And I think that was my tone. And maybe, like, she interpreted that as me being hostile, but I swear I wasn't. I wasn't trying to be. Maybe I came off that way. It's totally possible. It's totally possible I came off as overly hostile. Yeah, and USPS people are stressed out. Exactly. But I didn't mean to stress her out. That's the thing. So it's like every time I go in there, like, I want her to ask me the question so that I can just tell her straight up what's in the box. Like, I'll tell her every time. Like, I will let her know. Like, I don't have any problem telling her. And I want her to ask me so that I can just tell her what's in the box, because I honestly don't care. And I want to squash this beef. And it's not that I'm worried about her not liking me. I'm just worried about her being upset and having anxiety every time she sees me. Like, I don't want her to feel like that. But she disappears every time I go up to the counter, so I can't talk to her and tell her. Oh, tell her it's a bomb. I think that would go poorly for me. Yeah, Jennifer says, do porch pickup. You can order online and print a label at home. No more post office. I probably could. And actually for my company, I can. I do the pre-done shipping labels. But yeah, I probably could. I just feel more comfortable dropping it off at a post office rather than leaving it outside. I don't know. Yeah. So that's my post office story. That was completely off topic. And now we have to go, and I'm sad. Oh, I meant to click on a different one. If she got stressed out, that's on her. And she was asking a rude question. Yeah, maybe, but I still feel bad. I do. Maybe she was embarrassed because she got called out. Maybe. I didn't mean to, though. Like, I feel bad. But Jules says, yes, as Sussex Sandra said, just say there's no hazardous items in the package. Yeah, I could. Bring her some marshmallows. I could. I have given marshmallows to 2 different postal workers. One from another post office. Before I launched, I was sending out packages to friends, and I had I didn't have my stickers yet, and I had cut out, I had printed the logo on paper, and I cut them out and I taped them to the outside of the boxes for my friends, and I brought it. And this lovely man, his name is Vernon, and he saw the box and he's like, "What is this?" And I explained to him. He's like, "That's such a great idea. Like, that's amazing." He's like, "Where can I buy them?" And I said, "Well, I haven't launched yet. I'm just sending them to friends." He's like, "Well, when you launch, let me know." So for Christmas, I brought him a gift bag with a couple boxes of marshmallows in it for him, and he contacted me on Instagram and told me that he really enjoyed them, which made me smile. And then the second time, I was at a post office that wasn't my post office, and I had just gotten back from Locally Crafted, and they had a couple of boxes of white chocolate raspberry that they hadn't sold. So I ended up, we were joking because he was saying, I forget why we were talking about yogurt. I don't know. Oh, he was joking around. He's like, "Can I get you anything else? Stamps, a bottle of water, thing of yogurt," or something like that. He was joking. He was really funny. And I was like, "You have yogurt here?" And I like turned around and he's like, "No, I'm just, I thought maybe there was like a refrigerator behind me that had yogurt." I don't know. It was weird, but he was just really funny. So I went out to my car and I grabbed him a box and I brought it in. But yeah, I love postal workers. And I would totally bring her some marshmallows, but I don't think she'd trust me. She'd probably just throw them in the trash. And that would make me sad. So maybe if we squash our beef, I'll bring her some marshmallows. So, yeah. But anyway, but what was in the package? I know. It's like Brad Pitt. What's in the box? We won't go there though. All right. That's a terrible way to end chat. Oh no, someone else mentioned it. Oh gosh, that's terrible. That's a terrible way to, if you've never seen the movie Seven, it's disturbing. Unless you like horror movies, please don't watch it. It's one of those movies I'm glad I watched once, but I will never watch that movie again. Never. It's disturbing. It's very disturbing. All right, I'm going to go. Thank you for being here. I'm going to go take my kids to Target to get Valentine's because we're procrastinators in this house. So thank you for being here. Mad love to you. Stay tuned to the channel for all that giveaway stuff. I think I'm going to film just like a short video and put it up early next week, probably on Wednesday, just like to let you know what's happening. And then on Friday will be the first giveaway in the video. I have no idea what Friday's video is going to be yet, though. I got to think on that. I don't know yet. We'll get there, though. We'll get there. Oh, you know what? Eyeshadow palette tag. Samantha March and Allie Glines did a new eyeshadow palette tag. I haven't seen it yet, but that might be the thing. Maybe. All right. Mad love. I'm leaving now. I can't shut up. All right. Shut up, Jen. Okay, bye.
Did you say what foundation you have on?
Oh, no, I didn't say what foundation I have on. I have on. It's old. It's really old. Because I don't want to stop talking to you yet. It's really old, though. This is probably 3 or 4 years old, but I love it. This is the Radiant CCC cream. And it's by a brand called Clay, C-L-E. You can see how beat up it is. But this stuff matches my skin so perfectly. And it is a beautiful formula. Look at that. Isn't that weird? And then you go like that and watch it. Watch it. It's magic. Are you kidding me? Are you kidding me right now? Are you kidding me right now? Oh, it's so pretty. It's so pretty. I love it so much. I've been using it sparingly because I don't want it to go away. And it doesn't smell bad. So I'm still using it, even though it's old. If you've not watched What's Up with Makeup today, it's a good one. Go check it out. Mad love to you. I have to go.